This is the Micah's Call podcast. I'm your host, Matt Pierce. Let's get into it. So, there's research by the Pew Research Center that says 2/3 of Americans believe in intelligent life beyond Earth, but few see UFOs as a major national security threat. I'm going to just point blank call this the way I see it, as I always do. I think UFOs exist. I really do. I think unidentified flying objects exist. Is there something else out there? Who knows? Who knows? We could have this argument all day long. I like a good Bob Lazar story all day long. But the truth is, I don't know. I've been following UFOs for years. I don't know. I just don't know. But, that being said, there's a possibility, I think. I think as a believer, as a Christian, you have to acknowledge the fact that there could be paranormal life out there. And perhaps even metaphorically, the Bible speaks about it. Okay? But beyond that, I've seen some questionable things in my life. I've seen some things that I just can't identify. And I think it's getting more and more common. As an av geek myself, I follow flight radars. I listen to PIREPs, pilot reports. I see things, okay? I do believe that UFOs are out there. Do I believe that most of the UFOs that are being seen around the country are from another planet, or around the world, I should say, are from other planets? No. I don't believe a majority of them are. I think a lot of them are government or military, and not necessarily the good militaries of the world. I think, obviously, we had the issue with the Chinese balloon that they insisted was a weather balloon gone off course that we all kind of know was a spy balloon. I think these things are out there, and I think our pilots are seeing them. Now, are there other things like with Lou Elizondo that could throw a kink into things and say, well, you know what, maybe there's more out there? I'm sure there probably is. There's probably a lot out there. But the truth is, what do we know about UFOs? What do we really know? How much of this is fact? How much of this is theory? How much of this can actually be proven? That's a good question. And I think it's a good topic for debate. I personally believe UFOs exist. I do. But they're government. Now, what is the government doing with this alien technology? Where did they learn this alien technology? Let's go back to Roswell and let's take a look at some of the other events of the world. It's quite possible that we learned this from extraterrestrials, people that came here to visit Earth. I can't explain some of the things that have happened around like Electra, Texas. Was it Electra and the well? Stephenville, back in 2008, Stephenville, Texas, had a big UFO sighting that a lot of people saw. I don't know. It could be extraterrestrial. It could be alien. Nobody really knows these things for sure. But I think the proof is out there. And I want to throw this out there to you. Do you believe in UFOs? Do you believe in aliens? What about these bizarre stories like Skinwalker Ranch? Is it just something... I will say this. I listened to an interview with Ross Coulthard the other night, with the guy from Utah who owns the Skinwalker Ranch. He's quite convincing. He is quite convincing. And he obviously believes that something is going on this ranch. He was saying that he won't even let his own kids step foot on the property. This place is kind of bizarre. Would you, given the opportunity, visit a place like Skinwalker Ranch as a quasi-skeptic? And I don't think that this has to be one of the things that you either believe or don't believe. I think you can be in the middle. You can be a genuine skeptic of the thing. Now, I don't know. Maybe there's people out there that say you have to believe one way or the other, kind of like religion. I think you can be a genuine skeptic, but I do believe that there are UFOs, and I do believe that a certain percentage of them probably come from somewhere beyond our planet. A majority of them are probably worldly governments. Now, I've never had an experience. I've never been abducted. I've never been kidnapped by aliens, nothing like that. But I have seen lights in the sky. I remember when I was about 10 years old, we lived near San Antonio, Texas, a big Air Force city. It always kind of has been. We saw some strange lights, and this would have had to have been in the 90s. Okay, and nobody quite knew what these lights were. I personally believe it was a stealth fighter, multiple stealth fighters flying in formation, knowing what I know now. But it may not have been. It may not have been. Where we lived at was kind of on a hill overlooking San Antonio. We lived to the south. San Antonio was to the north. And as we pulled into our driveway, we saw these lights. And they were flying in a formation, a big circular kind of or triangular formation. And we sat there and we watched them for quite a while. My dad was quite fascinated with them, and most of us were. I don't know what they were, but knowing what we know now, because the Gulf War happened right on the heels of that, possibly they could have been stealth fighters. Where did Kelly Johnson and them get the technology to build these things, these skunk work projects? It could very well be alien. It could. I'm not denying that. But you can bet that if aliens are visiting the United States, they're probably visiting other places too. And what are these other governments doing with this technology that they collect from these alien sources, these foreign sources? I think these are good questions to ask. So can you be a genuine UFO skeptic? I think there's more proof out there that needs to be had. If you want to talk about it, drop me a comment, because I want to know what you think. Do you believe in UFOs? Do you believe in aliens? Are you part of this 2/3 of Americans that believe that intelligent life lives somewhere else beyond Earth? Or do you think that UFOs are a major national security threat? I want to know what you think. Drop me a comment. Subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Over on YouTube. UFOs are fascinating. UFOs are absolutely fascinating. The paranormal is absolutely fascinating. And I want to know your thoughts. If you think paranormal activity and aliens are fascinating, drop me a line. Tell me. If you disagree with me and think that you're one of these outsiders, drop me a comment. Let's talk about it. Hey, I'm open to anything. Are UFOs real? I'm open to the conversation, folks. I'm open to it. We'll see you later. Well, this has been the Micah's Call podcast. I am your host, Matt Pierce. Thanks for joining me today in this conversation. If you have a question or comment, you can go to our website, micahscall.org, and fill out the form there. And maybe you want to advertise with us. Maybe you want to get your business heard. I'm willing to hear it. We'd love to have you. If it's a great product, if it's a great service, we'd love to talk with you. I will talk with you personally, so feel free to shoot me an email at matt@mattpierceblog.com or fill out the form at micahscall.org. See you again next time, everyone.